we're going to go straight into our Discover Pampered Chef segment. Jackie will continue answering some questions on the back end of some of the other questions we got to. But we're going to go into just hearing a little bit more about your experience as a consultant. You talked about this journey of 5 years ago and what brought you into the business. And I just want to hear a little bit more about that, because in addition to, not just income, you talked about there's so much more that this business has done for you. There's lots of different ways to approach this business. I'm curious for you, Melissa, uh, since you have been in the business for 5 years now, what are some of the extra benefits and perks of Pampered Chef that you have appreciated the most?
Well, that's a really hard question to be concise on, but I'm going to try. Um, what drew me in, honestly, at the start was the flexibility. I mentioned I didn't want to sacrifice time with my kids. So it has allowed me to have flexibility to be with my kids and shift working husband. It's also given me the opportunity to earn free travel for working hard at my business, for being consistent. So those are the two things that brought me in. But I would say the two things that were most surprising to me were the personal development, like
Mm,
growing as a person through doing this business. I never foresaw that. It's we say it's a personal development program with a compensation plan. So you develop personally while you're getting paid to do your work. It's pretty
yeah.
cool. And the friendships, a couple of my closest friends are from Pampered Chef. I'm even traveling and road tripping with one of them next week. So it's just, that was one of the most unexpected gifts for sure.
I love that. I love that. In addition to that, the Pampered Chef is an established brand of 44 years now, backed by Berkshire Hathaway since 2002, which is 22 years ago. And part of what has established that backing for all this amount of time is one of the benefits is the products themselves, and these products specifically designed to make mealtime easier and more approachable. I'm curious, you already talked about, you said you use the mandolin every day, and I believe you. Are there any other products that you genuinely enjoy for personal use, not just for selling, but the things that you really appreciate?
Well, I mentioned the cookware and the knives because those seriously are the workhorses in my kitchen. But I would say, like, I love my small appliances. I love my air fryer. I love my electric grill and griddle. I love my coffee machine. And those are things that I wouldn't have been able to afford if I wasn't working with Pampered Chef. Honestly, I think that's one of the coolest things is all the things we can earn for free. Like, I didn't pay for any of those things because I worked my business. And I was going to mention this earlier on and I totally forgot. But you may or may not have seen that it's our 44th anniversary coming up in October. And so, in honor of that, all of our kits are on sale. It's so crazy. All of our new consultant kits. So, if you're thinking about the business and you're like thinking about how can I get some of these tools in my kitchen, the grill, the coffee machine, those are both in new consultants kits that are 44% off right now. So that's one of the best things about this company is they want these tools in our kitchens.
Love that. Thank you for touching on that. I'm glad you brought that up. All right, last question of the night, Melissa. So millions of people in North America have side hustles. They're participating in the gig economy for various different reasons. And the Pampered Chef business can be done digitally, it can be done in person, and many of your consultants do a mix of those two, in person and and digitally. And it's up to you how you structure your time and your tools. You talked about the flexibility. What does that flexibility do for you? And what does that look like in your day-to-day?
The flexibility, I'm not gonna lie, it is what keeps me here. It is what keeps me doing this job. So I've got two reasons. One, the summers. I didn't want to give up my summers that I had with my kids. And we work at a kids camp in the summer. They volunteer there all summer. And so I get to come and help them, some of the weeks. And I couldn't do that with a Monday to Friday job. So I get to do that, be there with them while I'm still working my business. And then the other thing is travel. I have always had this like desire to travel. And so not only have I had the opportunity to earn free travel with Pampered Chef, but just the flexibility of being able to travel whenever I want. And my husband works shift work. So because of that, we can kind of take off in these chunks of time that he has off. And so I'm heading to Chicago next week to home office, and
Yeah.
Orlando in January. I'm going to Europe with my daughter in February, and Arizona in March. And I get to do all these things while I'm still working and making an income. So that is like the coolest thing ever for me.
I love that. That's so great. Make sure you say hi when you stop by the office.
Will do.
So thank you, Melissa, for sharing your leadership, your time, and your talent with us. It's been a blast. Real quick, everybody, I'm going to share the discount products one more time. Okay? So just in case you missed it the first time, I'm going to show it one more time. These products, you are going to get a code in your email. The code is not here in the event. You will get the code in your email if you're registered on Zoom, and that'll come within an hour or so. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We hope you will join us the same time next week, because we do this every single week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Next week, we are kicking off a new monthly theme because, yes, it is October already. And our next month theme is autumn entertaining. And Megan will help us kick off fall with 2 savory recipes for game day and on-the-go entertaining. It's going to be a great night. Make sure you register. You can do that through your consultant or on our website, and we hope to see you next Tuesday. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Melissa, once more. We hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.